Washington Commanders taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, this building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without...
I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, for the park and they know I'm in prison. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my who ain't heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know it, Mr. Knew I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best, and I got it on my own.
Today, from FedEx Field in
Set to go, Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Right out of the gates, here's Smith. He's got a man, complete, 20, touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year of the NFL now.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
play action. Skinner. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Skinner escaping the pressure right. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd, here's an option play right. A second juke. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Smith. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have this short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take
Catch
away
the
all
ball.
the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Skinner. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. On the counter, here's Algier. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw on 3rd down. Skinner over the middle. It's complete. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Here we go on 4th down. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. Pays off with 6 points. So how about the fortitude there? They're in field goal range, but they say, no, forget the 3. We think we can get the first, and they wind up getting a lot more than they bargained for.
And I love how you used an SAT word to describe what we just saw there, partner. That's got to be a deflated defense. You see the head down, the shoulders slumped. But we've talked about this before. Sometimes as a defense, you get so wrapped up in defending the first down line that that's your last line of defense. And once they get past that, they're gone.
No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. And here we go on the next drive for Washington. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of the tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over here up near the 40. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had... made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. How about that? Their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. And he got off to the hot start with a touchdown pass on the opening drive, but it's been interception on the 2 drives since as they start again here 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
And a decent little gain puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. From the 29, Smith. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now Gino on first down. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On first down, it's Smith. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. And the Falcons are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions. And now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They run the counter. Weathers. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Pretty effective opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the touchdown run earlier, and if he pops more of these 10 to 20-yard carries, could be a long game.
Yeah, those types of explosive runs wear down a defense. I think they need to add more people to the box, closer to the line of scrimmage, force them to throw the football, and see if they can slow them down that way.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Skinner. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was third down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to first down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a first down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. 6 yards left on second down. Operating from the gun, Skinner. And this one's incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. On third down, Skinner. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes. Stack.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. A shotgun snap for Smith. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Robinson on a give right side. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. From the gun, here's Smith. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
The Smith throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Now Gino. It's, and oh, he coughed it up. And the Falcons grab it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd and 9, Smith. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta now coming out on the field. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Off play action. Skinner out to his left. Now the ball comes loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more doubt.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Joe Reed going to return it from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for him for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get him next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Robinson up the middle.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On second and 11 now. Smith.
This one left side caught by Gibson.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The offense on third down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Smith. And that is incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Off the play fake. Skinner steps away. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Back onto the field now, the Commanders offense. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They run the draw here with Robinson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Smith.
He's got the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Eluding and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw.
That's out wide here for Robinson.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Hauled in by Anderson, left side.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun. Skinner. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Falcons are able to add on to their first half lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. Joe Reed returning. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Smith.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Throwing on 3rd down. Smith. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. A great return there of 22 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Throwing to start the drive. Skinner. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Operating from the gun. Skinner being chased out left. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Off play action. Skinner firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And quickly they get to the line. Off the play fake. Skinner sliding out of the pocket. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
From the gun on third down, Skinner. And this is going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it.
And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. And they will take a knee here.
So, and we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 18 more yards there and another first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
On 3rd and 2, Skinner. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. It's a gain of 4 that time, and the Falcons are going to get a first. Surprised at all that they went with a fullback there?
Not at all, because it harkened back to the days where we watched these games almost in black and white, right? The stocky guy, the strong guy, the powerful guy with leg drive, give him the football, and even if the blocking isn't perfect, he has the ability to scatter bodies and move people enough to pick up first downs. That's what we just saw right there.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, he'll look to and the ball is knocked out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. There he goes left side. 30. 10. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Slide for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Oh, good move. And he's got some space here. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. Second down.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
On the give, Algier headed left.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Robinson. And some room to roam now. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
52 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one, as he just did there.
And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
But when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field goal kicker. He doesn't matter.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
They'll roll him out right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense set to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now it's Smith. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Fielded at the 20.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
The Falcons offense set to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Off play action. Skinner. He'll buy some time right.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. On 1st and 10. Skinner.
That's swung out to Mostert. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Algier going straight ahead.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
2nd and 6. Rolling to his right. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
Throwing now is Gino. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this one. He's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Washington offense back out there. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 2nd and 13. Smith over the middle, complete to Samuel.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Smith now to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, able to avoid him. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Smith. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Falcons grab it. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Come on. Hey, don't be lying. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. It's out.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's got room. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze, because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout, and that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
They'll run on 1st down. Weathers, and a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike. Hey, let's get this.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Mike 16.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year.
And the Falcons start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Here's Smith. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. From 8 yards out.
And the Falcons continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver is at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. Jahan Dotson and the Commanders set to take over.
He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit, because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. On 1st and 10, Smith.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And here now come the Falcons.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. Smith on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Gibson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now Smith. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw, Smith. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. He'll return it from the 6.
$13 yards the tally on the return there. And it will be Falcon football.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
74 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Right back to him on 1st down.
And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Skinner.
But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing on 3rd and long. Skinner. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Deron Payne. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. So possession goes over here on the punt. They're on to the fourth quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. And the Panthers are starting to pull away in that one. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. 2nd and 2. Now Smith. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Smith. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Again, Smith. Complete. It's Dodson. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Sly is up and good,
as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Well, the Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option.
And as he throws, he lost the football. It's loose.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And a tough turnover there, as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
16 more on that one and another first down. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A shotgun snap for Smith. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Atlanta, they finish off one of the best regular seasons of all time, 16-1, their final record.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Washington,
it will indeed be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 7-10.
And I think